Make sure that your eyes are fasting. Make sure that your ears are fasting. Make sure your tongue is fasting. My beloved brothers and sisters, the deeper meaning of fasting. When we think fasting, in the month of Ramadan, what are some of the things that come to mind? A lot of us may think that the month of Ramadan is just to abstain from food, drink, sexual intercourse. And that's it. That's what many of us may think. However, Ramadan is so much more than that. One of the common questions that I get asked is, why is it in the month of Ramadan? My iman was sky high. And then as soon as we enter into the day of Eid, my iman has dropped again. And as time goes on, I am not in the same place, spiritually, as I was in the month of Ramadan. This month, brothers and sisters, is the month where the worst of people in the eyes of Allah flip their lives around it. Is this month it is an opportunity that Allah has gifted every single one of us with brothers and sisters I know. And you know that the lifestyles that we are living, and I'm not just talking about a drug dealer or someone who goes clubbing. Some of us may well just be at home, and we are so glued to our phones. We are living a life of emptiness, spiritually dead. One really wants to flip his life around in the month of Ramadan. However, he is still carrying some of these bad habits which he hasn't rid himself off. Told us about an act of worship that is more important than fasting, which is what the salah, the one who's focused on his prayer, concentrating, he is praying in a way where he is interacting with Allah directly, You think he's the same, huh? When you compare him now to someone who's thinking about what his wife has cooked back home. They're not equal. It shows us that it varies message. Someone may fast, but he gets nothing out of the fasting other than what thirst and hunger. When you fast, make sure that your eyes are fasting. Make sure that your ears are fasting. Make sure your tongue is fasting. From what? From lying and all types of sins. Make sure your body parts are fasting. Brothers and sisters, I honestly believe you don't have to agree with me that if you are someone who manages to control these 3 body parts, you are on your way of becoming a saint, a beloved servant of Allah. I believe that. What do you think about it, guys? A lot of the sins that we fall into, would you agree that it stems off from the eyes, especially in today's day and age with the emergence of social media? Would you guys agree with that? Think about it for a moment. If I remove the sins that I fall into through my eyes and through my ears and through my tongue, how many sins are we actually falling into throughout the year? Can you see how much it ends up going down? The most virtuous of people are those who remember Allah the most when it comes to the acts of worship that they carry out while you're fasting. The more thicker you do, the more Quran you read, you are so much more better than the one who's reading less. The best of those who fast are the ones who remember Allah the most. The same goes with Hajj, You've got guys who are speaking about what the Arsenal game, what is in haram, huh? Oh, what was that score again? And they're just talking about that. I'm not saying he's doing haram, However, there are people who are remembering Allah. Much can they be equal without the shadow of a doubt? No. This is the reality, brothers and sisters. Keep your tongue moist of the remembrance of Allah, and that will give you strength in all of these other acts of worship. If you learned from this video, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you're not sure what to say, just type Alhamdulillah to let me know you've listened through to the end. May Allah forgive us all and guide us towards bettering ourselves. Every Ameen.